I'm Jake Allen Graham. I'm reviewing, let's see, I'm trying to think of how many, Die Hard movies there are. Fuck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of them. 5 Die Hard movies I'm reviewing in this one video. That's Die Hard, to Die Hard 2, I forget the other title. I was called Die Hard 5. So Die Hard 5 gets a 6 out of 10. It's the average score. Even the extended cut. And yes, both cuts are rated R for mature audiences and up, blah, 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 blah. Both cuts of the movie of the 5th installment. But it's kind of lame story with lame characters. As a lame father and son dynamic that feels pretty generic, and it just feels like it makes sense why they didn't make any more after the 5th one. Because the 5th one did more than enough damage to my brain cells. With his lame characters, John McClane and his son. Father and son go on a killing field trip of shooting BR guys and blah 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 bullshit in the movie Die Hard 5. That's who he teams up with, blah blah blah. I couldn't care less about the dynamic. Did Bruce Willis have dementia when he was making the last Die Hard movie and didn't told anybody? I mean, it would explain why he made so many bad movies in the 2000s and mediocre movies in the 2000 to 2010s era that nobody really saw and flopped. Or just made its money back. Supposedly, it's just like, or just didn't do as well, successfully as his other old movies. So, it wouldn't surprise me if he had dementia during Die Hard 5 so he can pay up for that retirement money. I mean, save up for that retirement money. Time. I just wish he did a Die Hard 5. Ugh. He could have done a different piece of shit of a movie. That wasn't Die Hard, you know? But, I don't want to burst anybody's bubbles, but I think Die Hard 5 is a lamer movie than the Star Wars prequels. I mean sequels. The ones with Rey Skywalker. And her friends. Trilogy. That Star Wars trilogy. The last one by Disney. I think Star Wars is a better movie. All 3 Star Wars movies are a better movie than Die Hard. Die Hard 5 is that bad to me. It has less replay value than any of the 3 Star Wars trilogy with Rey. It's shit. Suck it. I know it's true. I'm not crazy. Even though I made multiple reviews on each on these reviews on, I read the Die Hard movies more than once in my past videos. Check them out. And I am giving this 5, the only one that's a 6 out of 10. The rest, I love all 4 of them. The first 4. That's 3. The 4 ones is the first one when he's bald and doesn't have a head of hair, and his daughter's kidnapped by the bad guy teams that he ends up taking out all of them. And I give the first 4 out of 5 Die Hard movies. 4 out of 5 Die Hard movies. The first 4 get a 10 out of 10. The PG-13 cut, I only seen of the 4th one. I have not seen the R-rated cut yet. But that's on my to-do list. I'm on other movies on my to-do list to check out before I hit the bucket of old age. But that's not down the list till the time. Hopefully I can grow my channel and make a living off my channel before I grow to old age. That'd be fun. A goal to have that set in my years. Hopefully to get that done. If I get enough subscribers and viewers eventually in time, whenever that is. I hope that's like before I hit 80, you know. Or 60, whatever is like is it a 60 or 70? That's late middle age. I mean late senior age. Well, if I'm trying to think, 60s are late senior age, and then late senior age has to be 80. So hopefully before I turn 80, I will have grown my channel enough to make a living off of this. Before I turn 80 years old, Jake. One can only hope. I'm funny. Thinking that far ahead. And hopefully I'll get that to see that movie before I turn 80. The R-rated cut of Die Hard 4. And then I can review the movie. Probably I'll give that 10 out of 10 also. Because it's R-rated. Even though the first 4 and 5th Die Hard movie were all rated R. 4 was supposed to be rated R, but then got cut down to PG-13 from make more money of people. I guess some Die Hard fans must have complained or something happened, because then the R-rated got cut release on Blu-ray in the 2000s, exclusively to Blu-ray first, and only to Blu-ray, and then eventually streaming when streaming happened. So I give Die Hard 4 a 10 out of 10, Die Hard 3 a 10 out of 10, and Die Hard 1 a 10 out of 10, and Die Hard 2 a 10 out of 10. And the reason why I give the first 4 a 10 out of 10 Bruce Willis Die Hard movie starring Bruce Willis is because they know how to make a John McClane a really creative, compelling character. Really compelling character. That's nice. That's entertaining, complex. Even in the fourth one, and they know how to hit the fuck it button with the right amount of over the top action. In the fourth installment, it gets the right amount of action. Was over the top gives the right amount of like over the top creative action you expect from these past 3 Die Hard movies, from the past 3 ones, previous experience. You know, like the fact that John McClane pressed this like you know how a lot of people forget how over the top the action got in the sequel of Die Hard 2. They got more retarded creative action. Absurd action that was more edgy and R-rated and over the top and in your face creative action with practical stunts and work, and besides with some CGI also mixed into it, the first 3 ones. And that's what I liked about the fourth one. It kind of continues that tradition of over topping it and with the right amount of heart and action to the Die Hard franchise, and giving John McClane the right motivation to fight to get his daughter back and kill all the bad guys. And he feels as complex as ever, as compelling as ever, even in his old age. John McClane in the fourth installment than he did in the first 3 compared to. He was awesome in the first 3, but he's even great in the fourth one. Fourth one's my favorite since the third one happened. And it goes, I think the best 2 Die Hard movies, Die Hard 4, Die Hard 4, the PG-13 cut. Haven't seen the R-rated cut, okay? That's why I can't list that off. Give it a 10 out of 10. And favorite version of favorite Die Hard movie since Die Hard 3 with Samuel L. Jackson. That's the one with Samuel L. Jackson he teams up with. And the bad guy is the son of the man he killed in the first one. That was the bad guy. John McClane's character killed the bad guy. The son who's after John McClane and his partner Samuel Jackson, and basically he's just the bad guy in the movie, and he's not really at first you think he's out for revenge, but then there's a twist in the movie. He finds out he just doesn't care that he killed his father. He's just doing this because he's a cold-hearted bastard like his dad. That's why he's just killing John McClane, even because he's just an obstacle in his way. Because he's cold-hearted bastard like his older man. That was a main villain that got killed off in the first Die Hard installment called Die Hard. I give that a 10 out of 10. I think my favorite villain is the one in Die Hard 4. My favorite story is the one in Die Hard 4. Best action that blew my mind continuously, gave me like a rush of adrenaline rush, and best side character that interacted with John McClane. That was his partner for a period of time, and in the movie. Before he exited the movie and John McClane go to save his before he kind of the franchise of the movie franchise, and he never returned in the fifth one or mentioned the fifth one. But that's okay. The daughter's only a cameo in the fifth one at the end. And for some reason, she doesn't say any dialogue. And so maybe that I'm assuming that's who in the fifth one they were reunited with and getting a happy ending with in the fifth one at the ending of fifth Die Hard 5. Yeah, Die Hard 5 was a confusing mess, I thought. Well, I give it a 6 out of 10. It's average, mediocre, I thought. I didn't really like it that much at all. I'd rather not watch it again. I mean, it's not bad, it's not want to watch it again. Like the first 4, I want to watch again. Because I really love them. They blew my mind. Was this like a crave action, and that were, and like the hero John McClane was in the first 4 ones, and the fact that he was like a nice flawed hero in the first 4, but he was also a compelling hero in the first 4. I feel like they knew what to do with him in the first 4, but I feel like in the fifth one they don't know what to do with him at all, outside of make him look retarded fool. Because even he doesn't know what he's supposed to do. Because his son has to remind him that killing bad guys is his thing. And even the fifth one, to get him to shut up and do what he does. Kill the bad guys. This is like I just don't know what the point of starring in Die Hard 5 was for him, other than save it for that retirement money. Because the premise to that script was half baked and greenlighted. It was a mistake to direct that movie. Whoever directed that movie was a terrible director and couldn't hold on to too much is happening in Die Hard 4 or 5 that was the directing thing. Like there's so much happening in Die Hard 5, I thought. I couldn't really make out what was going on because it's so much camera movement, constant camera movement shots, and the action. So when it happens, so no one is talking. Oh my God! It's like even the silent moments and quiet moments, it feels like a knockoff Michael Bay movie. But the generic version. Die Hard 5 feels that poorly directed. It doesn't feel like it's directed like a Die Hard movie. It feels like it's directed like a Bad Boys 5. When Bad Boys 5 happens, I bet that's going to happen with Will Smith to milk the franchise until they can, if they didn't lost enough money for Bad Boys 4 on, because that's what it feels directed by. A shitty Michael Bay. A Michael Bay wannabe directed this piece of shit of a movie. Oh my God, I really hate the directing in this movie a lot. I just hate the directing shocks in the Die Hard 5. I remember getting disoriented, and it's just because I was getting confused. Because what's going on? Oh, I could make out with the story, and that wasn't the best part. I mean, that was the best part because that's the only thing I could make out with the story was the father and Dunst relationship. Father and Dunst relationship. I called the son a dunce. I'm funny. But I just got confused. because it's dumb. That's why I give Die Hard 5 a 6 out of 10 and Die Hard 4 a 10 out of 10. Because I don't really have anything bad to say about these movies. I mean, they might have their problems. Say, you know, John McClane, like, go out of his way to make John McClane look like the coolest motherfucker alive. This badass motherfucker alive next to Robocop. From the first two Robocop movies. Not from Robocop 3. Just think of the first two Robocop movies. And Robocop the video game that came out on the PlayStation 5. That rocked. That feels like a proper Robocop 3. So that's why I give Robocop Trilogy, the real Robocop Trilogy on the PlayStation 5, a 10 out of 10. The gameplay is a 10 out of 10, and the story is a 10 out of 10. It's violent like the first two Robocop movies, and it has awesome mechanics. You have to kill away as the machine, part man, part machine, all cop, Robocop. You get to design. You get to design between the armor of Robocop that was using Robocop 2 or Robocop 1, or the damage armor of Robocop 1. Is an option too. I choose the one in Robocop 2 because I feel like it's only appropriate because Robocop Rogue City, the video game for PlayStation 5, I played it on streaming service, and I played it for, and it blew my mind. I just love this licensed game. That's a third installment for Robocop 2. It acts as Robocop 3 because it doesn't mention anything about it. It happens to play. It only kind of makes it. I mean, I've seen Robocop, all three Robocop movies, and it only makes sense that this is a Robocop meant to be a Robocop 3 video game installment to Robocop first two Robocop movies that I've seen in Robocop 3. And Robocop 3 is fine. You know, I give it 8 out of 10 for very good slapstick comedy. Not really sure if it was good to go a comedic route with Robocop franchise and make it a comedy featuring Robocop with too many comedic release characters, no offense, and too many gags. Whoever thought that was a good idea to put that in the movie was drinking or smoking too much meth or drinking too much whiskey. More than I could handle. And yes, I drink whiskey before, but I haven't tried meth in my life yet. I tried other drugs, marijuana, and what I have a license for, medical card license that I have, so it's not like I'm doing anything against the law. And tried a ketamine that I've gone for appointments for. To take ketamine. And the spray form I take when I have gone to those appointments. It helps me not focus or on my sad feelings as much. Because I think about my memories too often on replay. It was like my mom and Vinny, living with them. When I was a kid, I lived with them for 7 years. These people, Vinny is mom's boyfriend who mom left dad for forever, and she died in the house of ALS, and that she ended in this was with him for 7 years. What was I talking about in this video? Oh yeah. I got confused. Why was I talking about Mom and Vinny again? Oh yeah, that's why I have tried both drugs in the past before making this video. I have done both. You know, before talking about it in this video. And I've tried marijuana and ketamine, and both have helped. I've seen progress with both trying both marijuana and ketamine, and on the times I've tried both ketamine and marijuana, so they helped me get over my sadness with my memories, and for me personally. Don't know if that's everybody though. So for me, it wasn't the first. It didn't take the first time for either drug. It was a slow burn effect for both drugs for me. It happened gradually over time. For each time I got high for either drug, marijuana or ketamine. So both drug for me was a slow burn effect. That helped me get better. This was sadness, letting go of sadness from my memories of trauma I had as a kid. Anyway, so that's why I brought Mom and Vinny up. I was living with them as a kid. I have trauma from them, years. Get sad about the memories, and so that's why I have tried both kind of drugs in the past. So before I mention it in this video, so just want to let you know that. And so when I get back to my review, so Die Hard 5, it gets a 6 out of 10, and Die Hard 4, and 3, 4, and 2, and 1, the best Die Hard movies out of in that order for me. Get 10 out of 10. And another thing gets a 10 out of 10 is fuck. Oh, I remember now. The Robocop movies, the first two ones, get a 10 out of 10. Robocop 3 gets a 8 out of 10. Robocop Rogue City on PlayStation 5 gets a 10 out of 10, plus the gameplay being awesome and everything. And it's great graphic violence is awesome, top-notch quality if you're a fan of the first two Robocop movies. If you love the first two Robocop movies and were disappointed with Robocop 3 and love and want to play a video game and love the first two Robocop movies, but also love video game playing, and get Robocop Rogue City streaming or physical, whatever you want, do it if you can afford physical or I'm not, but I got streaming copy of Robocop Rogue City on PlayStation 5, and it was awesome. My favorite PlayStation R-rated PlayStation game is Robocop Rogue City, rated M for mature audience. It's rated. So you know it's going to be quality. One line was this graphic violence, you know? And so I was really like surprised how brutal it was, and that when as brutal as the first two Robocop movies made Robocop that violent as he was, and over P, and took as much damage as he could, and you imagine, and he moves like slow, like you imagine Robocop to move like a tank, and you know, this is awesome gameplay. Robocop Rogue City, it makes you feel like you're fucking Robocop, motherfucker. It feels that awesome. Audience, I give Robocop Rogue City my favorite R-rated Robocop game. Rogue City is my favorite R-rated game of all time right now. Even more than any of the other R-rated games I played. Even Arkham Knight. Yes, I liked it more than. My favorite Batman game was Kevin Conroy. Is Arkham Knight. Give that a 10 out of 10. But I saved that for another video. And when I give that a 10, I'm going to give that a 10 out of 10 in another video, a separate video. Because this video is long enough. 31 minutes, a little over. So, I give Robocop, the real Robocop 3, Robocop Rogue City, a 10 out of 10. I'm calling it. Robocop Rogue City is a PlayStation 5 exclusive video game for the PlayStation 5, and it is awesome. And they got the OG they all got the old cast. They got the old Robocop, you know, the guy that played Robocop in the first two Robocop movies. They got him to voice new dialogue as Robocop in the Robocop Rogue City game. I found out that in this great YouTube channel, I found this out in this YouTube channel called IGN, I think it's called. I subscribe to their YouTube channel. They make great video game content reviews. They do more often do video game content than I do. I usually just do movie content and more movie content sometimes. But this is one of the games I do. I'm want to give it 10 out of 10 because I really love this game. Oh, I love Robocop City so much. It's my PlayStation 5 game, even more than Spider-Man 2 with Yuri Lowenthal. I love Robocop Rogue City that much, you know. But it's a hard game to play for me. Even on easy for me. I'm either like I like to play my games on easy because for my first at least for my first go around for any game, I like to try easy first for my first go around. And you know, because sometimes, you know, it helps me to learn from the game. And it helps me learn from the game easy when I go easy for first time. It helps me learn from the game more and memorize the controls better. When it's on the easy setting versus the fuck it setting, that kills me to remember what other controllers when they're on the hardest setting or the harder setting side. It's a lot of pressure, okay? My brain can't focus not that much stress. But if you guys can, if one of you guys can do that, if any guys else can do that, focus under the pressure of the hardest settings, Well, that's great and all, but more power to you. I'm glad you can do it better. You have more experience than me. God damn, I'm jealous, you bastards. That I don't think I can handle that stress that much and getting that much experience with lucky you guys who can focus on better stress levels than me with video games on the higher difficulties. But I have enough OCD in my head that my OCD is just going to obsess until I get past a certain part of the game, if I get stuck on it. And it's going to do that with any game I play. So it's easier for me to learn from easy settings and figure it out and take my time and remember the controls of the games. Because I get stuck on a few games and don't have trouble beating at my games so often. Because I get stuck on a lot of games because some games are harder than others, and Robocop's for me it's hard. Like harder than Arkham Knight is on the easy difficulty setting. Or, because, you have to, it gets really high when you have to, go into tank mode and shoot a bunch of stuff when you're getting armies getting up on you and shit like that. We have to do stealth mode with the tank. Oh, and there's armies you have to get in, gang up on. And stay hidden. And it's like it never ends in Arkham Knight. But it's like a fun game and all. But this gets hard. It's difficult, for me. But I guess the difficult for Robocop 2 is running out of not getting shot too many times. Or not shooting enough bad guys, or because not shooting enough bad guys and open firing at you and before you die. And it's like Robocop, sometimes when you get over getting up on bad guys, it can get a little harder, when bad guys are overwhelming you in the Robocop game. But at least it's like a fair action. It feels like more like a fair challenge than what Arkham Knight did was just tank challenges for me. But that's just me, okay? I felt like, but I still give Robocop a 10 out of 10 game. I like this game a lot. It's a little difficult and hard to not die, when you get overwhelmed with those bad guys shooting at you by getting too much fire damage. It's pretty cool how you can throw people out the window in this game. With Robocop's hands, that's cool. I should try that. It's cool. I give the Robocop 3, Robocop Rogue City game for the exclusive PlayStation 5. You can get it on 10 out of 10. And Robocop 2, Robocop 1, and Robocop Director's Cut to Robocop 1, a 10 out of 10. All three Director's Cut and Theatrical Cut in Robocop 1 and Robocop 2. Get 10 out of 10. And Robocop 3 gets an 8 out of 10 for me. felt like the wrong way to end end the trilogy, you know. But Robocop Rogue City feels like a fresh way to end it feels like a great way to end the franchise with this installment, Rogue City. And I like Rogue City a lot, you know. And I like there's even a mystery being revealed in flashbacks from Murphy's head, and for something about his past before he became Robocop. So that's cool. He's getting new flashbacks in this game about his past. And that's cool, I thought. Twist. And so I haven't played I'm going to be honest, I only played the opening of the Robocop Rogue City. I haven't played the whole game yet. So I'm still on the first level because it's hard for me to not die. But I love the game. I know it's hard. Like Doom game reboot on the PlayStation 5 started playing. I played the Doom reboot that came out originally on the PlayStation, on Sony's PlayStation, one of the older PlayStation consoles before PlayStation 5. But I played a streaming service of Doom, of the new Doom reboot, the first installment reboot game, reimagining of Doom remake game franchise, and it was cool but hard. It's like but lots of it was like very intense and badass. Made you feel like but I felt more like a badass as Robocop than I did in the Doom game, because I just like Robocop more as a fan of Robocop franchise. I just like Robocop that much character. That's why I give Robocop 3, the video game, a 10 out of 10 called Rogue City. It's titled Robocop Rogue City on PlayStation 5. Check it out. Play it if you want to. If you like video games and you like Robocop, check it out and play the fuck out of it. You won't regret. So much fun. If you haven't seen the Robocop movies, just see the first two. Because they recast the Robocop actor, and for the third one, and third one was rated PG-13, and different guy played him, and then the same guy, instead of getting the same guy that played in the first two movies, they got a different guy. And they made a PG-13 Robocop movie for the third installment, and it's like, wow, more comedic. It went in direction. It's like, no. That's why I think of Robocop 3. Well, I give it 8 out of 10. Now, I know what you're thinking. Isn't that the same score you give Avengers Endgame? Well, yes. Yes, it is. And all of the Avengers sequels, I gave it 8 out of 10. Except the only Avengers movie I ended up liking was a 10 out of 10, was the first one from 2012. That impressed me. The rest were dumb movies. Just like Robocop 3. Meant for retards, slow readers, or slow thinkers that don't like thinking or have low standards of entertainment or have discovered their first movie or don't watch that many movies. Is what Robocop movie 3 installment feels like it's for. The third installment to Robocop 3. Robocop 3 feels like it's that kind of a piece of shit of a movie. I think that's enough, so I give it 8 out of 10. And I give Robocop, the remake from 2014, rated PG-13. Now, this has a different actor different continuity, so rules can be different. It doesn't need to be rated R, it just needs to be good writing and a good story and good tone. And luckily, it makes some changes with the origin story here and there, tweaks and turns on changes with also the technology and the suit and the rules that Robocop has to abide to before he can gain back complete control of his life in the end. And his humanity is basically, because in this movie he gets blown up in a car accident. By going to his car, he gets blown up half to pieces, and his wife pays for to save his life and turns him into Robocop. She pays for and signs the papers and pays for the treatment to save his life, because he was going to die if Gary Oldman didn't make him into the exosuit for him to keep him alive in this movie. Gary Oldman's the doctor that works on him instead of a female doctor. Is Gary Oldman, who is a male doctor in this timeline, whose doctor works on him for his improvements and teaching him how to use the suit and everything, and helps him improve and helps him how to, operate with the new suit, exosuit. That is him, because what was left of him isn't really much left except his organs and his head. It's revealed that he's pretty much the whole suit is pretty much his life support. Is keeping him on. The whole suit basically keeping him awake and on life support. Basically, without the suit, he's like he's just a head and some organs left with that helps him breathe, his lungs, and helps him breathe, and because he doesn't really, he only revealed he only has like one hand left that's attached, barely attached, that's kind of attached to everything, keeping his blood flowing. So with one hand attached, keeping pumping through his heart and lungs, as shown. And this is a PG-13 movie, and it's shown pretty graphically for a PG-13 movie, that scene. I was shocked they would that dark for a PG-13 movie. So that's why I kind of like this Robocop reimagining so much, because even though it's PG-13, it doesn't hold its punches for its PG-13 rating, So that's why I give Robocop reimagining of 2014 Robocop remake a 10 out of 10. I loved it. And I love how they went with like a punk rock score, or punk rock theme song for the Robocop remake score. They kind of it sounds like the old score, but it was more of a punk rock guitar work. It was cool. And not too much comedy. This is right now comedy from Samuel L. Jackson, breaking the fourth wall as the announcer to the audience and playing this anchorman on the news, talking about Robocop and updates on Murphy and blah, 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 and the CEO and stuff in the community and how they're doing. He plays an anchorman. But for his comedic release, breaking forth, because it looks like it's shot like it's speaking to you, the audience. But he was speaking to the people, but he's just like an anchor man speaking to the television camera that he's playing this character in the cutscenes when it comes to comedy. That's what Samuel L. Jackson for. He does the right amount of zingers in this movie that doesn't overstay its welcome. Like, it doesn't take away from the drama moments that when it wants to really hit you in the gut and make you cry like a little bitch. when you feel sorry for Mercy of what's left of him, and the words he says that he wants to, that he's ready to says he's ready to die. And he loves his wife, and it is kind of heartbreaking, but because it's so. And in this continuity, his wife knows that he's still alive and paid for the treatment to save his life, to turn him into Robocop. In this one, instead of it being just being the CEO, just claim him dead and turn him to Robocop like in the original one. I like the one there's a different story route, but they didn't hold the drama. They didn't hold, like, they didn't cut any of the bullshit. When it came to holding his punches was the drama and taking his story seriously, and going there was trying to push it was the PG-13 rating and taking it all and really feeling like a proper remake of Robocop. It's not better than the original, but it's as good as the original to me. As the first two Robocop movies were. It's as good as the first two Robocop movies and the Robocop 3, the video game, Rogue City. And it's better than Robocop 3. That's why Robocop, the remake from 2014 or 15 came out in 10 out of 10. Even though it's PG-13, it doesn't hold back. And it delivers on when it needs to be epic and badass. It has its twists and twists. I mean, twists and turns of how creative he gets with the story compared to the story. When was the first one? How dark the first one and gruesome it got. So this one takes a different story but doesn't hold back with even though it's not gruesomely violent with the action as much as the first one was, because the first one was R-rated. And was meant to be NC-17, but that's what director's cut is for. A Robocop 1 short story. Because it was so gruesome, they had to edit it down to R-rated, to get it R-rated. But that's what director's cut is for. Then it comes out. Director's cut makes it longer, it's more gruesome. So, along with the gore scenes that happened in the movie, so it was basically the same movie. It's like some gore scenes went on longer than others. Was the director's cut, but it didn't really change a whole lot. Weird how that director's cut came to be. So I still like the director's cut a lot because I love the first Robocop movie so much, and the sequel so much, and the remake so much, and the third installment to the original, feels like a more proper third installment, Robocop Rogue City, the video game so much. I give all that 10 out of 10. And Robocop 3, I was going to say a 3 out of 10, but that would be saying I hate it. And I say at least the Robocop movie made me laugh. So that's why I give it 8 out of 10. Like the Wild Wild West movie with Will Smith. Or Thor Ragnarok. Made me laugh. A little. But, you know, at times a lot. Here and there, sprinkled throughout the movie. Enough to give me a chuckle. Pee pants chuckle, almost. So, many times, you know, enough to sprinkle through the movie, 3-act structure, just like Avengers Endgame. And that's why I give Robocop 3 an 8 out of 10. Not crazy about it. Compared to the first two. First two were really good stories about Officer Murphy, complex, really good stories, and really like cinematic action packed brutal stories. And kind of weird because I hear the first Robocop movie was a low-budget movie. For its day, when it came out. But, still looks pretty good, I think, of a movie. If it's a low budget movie for its day, for the little first Robocop movie, because that's a low budget for a movie for its day, I think it looks pretty cool. A little movie, first Robocop movie, and the sequels wasn't bad. A sequel, it continued the story at least, got the original actor back, who's the heart and soul of this franchise. So suck it, Robocop 3, for recasting him. Serves you right for being the hated movie you are on the internet. Robocop fans are right to hate you. Robocop 3 for, most probably you can't recast the real Robocop for the third one. The last one, well, that was stupid. Just want to say that. Robocop 3, you suck. Yeah, I'm talking. This one say the Robocop 3 sucked. And I got confused what I was saying. Robocop 3 is rightfully hated, but I don't hate it. I just hate it because a third Robocop movie should be more than what Robocop 3 delivered. That's why I give it 8 out of 10, because it's not a terrible movie, it's a terrible piece of shit of a Robocop movie like Avengers Endgame. It's a terrible Avengers movie. Yeah, I said I hate Avengers sequels, okay? But they're not terrible movies, they're entertaining comedies, but that's not what this. And the shitty comic book movies, and the shit on the action, the shit on the drama, the shit on everything except the jokes. The jokes is the only thing you try to do. In the Avengers movies after the first one, is like, you put no effort for anything else on now, except the jokes, but the jokes, that's it. That's all I can say about Robocop 3. I give it an 8 out of 10. It's nothing compared to the first two ones or the remake with the new guy. Or Robocop Rogue City for the PlayStation 5. That's why I give my final score to Robocop franchise related stuff and the Die Hard related stuff franchise. Good night. Goodbye. Subscribe. Hit the thumbs up like this video. Please. I'm going to get some water or Gatorade after this video. My mouth is thirsty after talking and thinking out loud of expressing myself now. So, dehydrated, I am tired, dizzy, hot, exhausting, feeling mostly dehydrated. Okay, good night. It's nighttime where I am, past midnight probably, or past 10 o'clock probably, or 11. One of those times I've been going over under 60 minutes. Holy fuck, I've been recording for 59 minutes straight on this phone. Okay, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button to like this video, hit the comment below. Hopefully this thing, let me know that this video went on too long for you and I overstayed my welcome with you, my audience, and lost your interest. And if I didn't or did, let me know if I lost your interest with this length of this video. If it was too long for you, and just let me know if how did I do on expressing myself? Did I overdid it with the length? I don't know. I hope I didn't. Lost your interest at this point. Okay, good night, goodbye.